Hey everybody, welcome. It's a Wednesday morning. I don't know what Wednesday morning it is because I schedule these come out on Wednesday morning, so I know it's Wednesday morning. All right, good morning. Hello. This is second part of my TTM collection, or actually I should say my autograph collection because there will be some that are not TTM. Some I got in person, some I got from other sources. So let me just get right to it. You've already seen S. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. P to Z, I think, was the first video. It's the last half of my 8x10s, Hollywood 8x10s. Those of you who have not watched videos or have not seen me before, I've collected autographs now since I was 20 years old. So 21 years old. So I'm going to be 53. Well, I am 53 by the time you see this video. So what is that? 32 years I've collected autographs? I mean, there was a big hiatus when I got married, shortly after I got married. And I traveled a lot for my job. I was a bus driver. So I used to go a lot of different cities, tours. Up until I had kids. When I had kids, I decided to get back into it. I started collecting for a collection I thought what I would pass on to my kids. Well, that's not really panned out. My kids are now in their 20s, and none are interested in my autographs. The only one that's remotely interested is my oldest daughter, and that's because I've got a few things that from characters or things that she likes, and I did collect some music ones, so that she likes music. So anyway, so she's agreed to take my collection upon my passing. Now, what she does with it, I told her it's totally up to her. If she wants to sell it and spread the money amongst hers and her sisters, that's fine. Whatever she wants to do with it. Anyway, enough of this great talk here. My collection is in binders, in plastic covers and binders, and the binders are all in a bookcase, which is almost full. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I fill it up, which the way I'm going could be this year. Start off with G. Gallagher. So some of these are pretty old, like this one from Terry Garr. Now this is an actual movie still from, I don't know what movie it was. It's not Airplane, but these were given to the studios or production. In this case, it's production company. I just realized I didn't write on the back of all of these. I was just write who it is. I guess I considered because it was written there. Oh wait, it says what? Miracles is the name of the movie. Back in the days when I first started collecting autographs, you couldn't get 8x10s. There wasn't Amazon prints or Walgreens didn't have them, or Costco, Sam's Club, whatever. You couldn't make your own prints. So I used to buy movie stills. And there was a couple different dealers that advertised in autograph magazines. And I would buy a bunch of stills. There's Phyllis George. And hopefully they were ones that some I bought lots of, so you didn't know what you're getting. So took my chances. Ron Glass. Barney Miller's most famous role. Scott Glenn. This is an older one. This one I bought from someone. Or traded from a dealer. I used to buy and sell autographs. Got out of that. This one's from Danny Glover. Oh wait, this was part of the time when I collect autographs. I try to get an extra for my brother. My half brother, he's about 20 years younger than me, so he is not taking on. I have not given any. Danny Glover to Brian and brother, be your best. Be your very best, Danny Glover. These are interesting. These are actually ones I got from the stars. Because back in those days, you would take a chance, send a big envelope for 8x10, and hope they'd send you one. You'd ask for one, and most times they sent you one. There's Robert Goulet from when he was in Vegas. Sometimes they would send you one, sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they just keep, you know. Here's Michelle Julie Gonzalez. This is obviously a SAG-AFTRA picture. Here's a headshot for her. She says, "Hi, Brian. Thanks for your support. If you can dream, you can do it." And then signed with a bunch of X's and O's. So that was one. I think that was an email request. This was an email request. I do know that. This is the cast of The Good Doctor. Whether or not these are real or not, I don't know. They're real signatures. You can tell they use different Sharpies in them, but I don't know. I should compare his. I can't. I have a autograph TTM of him I've sent, so it might be legit. But it used to be you could send the picture, send the show an email, and they would send you a cast signed photo. So a couple of groups had it, so I tried it and got mine. This one, it's actually double of them. To Brian, Aaron Gray, got that one. And to Brian, Peace and Love, Aaron Gray. Couldn't decide which picture I wanted, so I definitely needed her Buck Rogers. And I just found that one of her, so I sent them both. And I like Aaron Gray, so they're both in my collection, not for trade. Andy Griffith, this is an old one. I bought the still somewhere, sent to him, and don't know if it's legit or not. He signed up there in black. You can see it pretty much in person, but it's a rough and I've never. Some of these older ones that I collected back when I was 20s. I've never gone back to see if they're real or authentic, because back then you just assumed they were all real. A lot of these I got back then, like here, Mel and Griffith. Again, this I think was 20, 30 years ago. Anything with a portrait basically was them saying it to me. So I used to get so excited when I got the big envelope in the mail. To Brian, all the best. Robert Gourmet, this is a little late. Sad to see him go. He was great in Benson. And then I loved him in Sports Night. My mail carrier was great in my first house, before I had kids and everything. She asked me one time, "What are all these big envelopes?" And I told her I collect autographs. I sit right away for autographs and collect them. Marcia Gate Harden. And she thought that was so cool. You know, back those were the days when TDM wasn't well known. There wasn't an internet or anything. So you know, like I said, I would get a magazine once a month, write their all addresses in it. Then I found another magazine, the Autograph Review. It was a little magazine about yay big. It was more of a newsletter, black and white, and the guy put it out. That had real good content. That was almost all addresses. Here's Mark Harmon from NCIS, his email request. But anyway, so I told my mail carrier what I did, and she would, after that, she always made sure if it was raining or snow or something, the envelope stayed in her pouch, and I didn't have a mailbox big enough to hold the big envelopes, and she'd ring doorbell, and if I wasn't home, because I drove buses at a time, so some days I'd be home, some I wouldn't. If I wasn't home, she would take the mail back with her, and she would keep it dry until the next day she delivered it. So that was very thoughtful of her. This one, I bought a private signing him, Jonathan Harris. Or no, I take that back. No, I got this one through the mail when he started private signing, so he stopped doing the mail. But this is his picture. So I was very happy to get that. This one, Terry Hatcher from, what was her show? It was before the Housewives. Lois and Clark. The original Lois Clark. So, Rucker Hauer, this was a good one. I've always thought about sending it off to Craig T. Nelson, but I've never done it. I don't think I'm going to now, because Rucker Hauer, I believe, has passed away. So I would hate to lose that. So I think I will hold on to that one. This is when I first started printing autographs. This was the first big ones I took a chance on. This was Tom Hiddleston, sent to him when he was on Broadway. I did this one, and I did one of him as Loki. Loki one's a full sheet. And got them all signed. Loki, my daughter, loves Marvel, so she took Loki. I gave her a choice. She took Loki. So that was the very first pictures I printed. Gregory Hines. Not sure where this one came from, but this one I did sign from private signing. I think it was $10 back then. That was a lot of money for me. Bill Hines from the zombie movie. Oh, shoot. But anyway, this is I'm Coming to Get You, Mara. That was his sister's name, who's in the car in the cemetery. He was the first one to get attacked, and therefore, number one zombie. Night of the Living Dead. Yep, that was it. Night of the Living Dead. Knock the top there. Alright, this one was sent by the actor. I do believe it was autopen or preprint. To be honest with you, I haven't taken a look at these since I put in this one, except maybe when I put another one in. But Dustin Hoffman's most likely autoprint. But I'm going to keep it in there just in case. This one I traded for. Anthony Hopkins. Beautiful. Mr. Anthony Hopkins. Loved him in Silence of the Lambs. Helen Hunt. Again, I think I traded for this one. And before he was known as Mr. Potty Mouth, this one he sent me. This was to Brian. Oh, that was put something else. But to Brian Samuel L. Jackson. He was signing the L back then. He was always known as Samuel L. Jackson. But this is back in 70s, 80s. Another gentleman that got before he stopped signing was James Earl Jones, voice of Darth Vader, which is probably what I knew him as when I sent it. He was in Roots, and he's the voice of Lion King, the dad. Here's another good one, Tommy Lee Jones. Wrote All the Best to Brian Whitaker from Tommy Lee Jones. Not sure if it's secretarial, but it was sent probably 15, 20 years ago, so it's possible it's a real one. Some might base on age. If I had them a while. There's Sarah Karloff. This is one you can email for. With her and her dad. She'll send one out to you. But the older ones, I assume they were all real back then. But as it became more popular hobby, then secretaries started doing them, and auto pen machines became the rage. This one to Brian. Keep reaching for the stars. Casey Kasem, a.k.a. Shaggy. Zoinks. Early on in my voice actor days, I tried to get all the voice actors. I sent to him as Casey. I sent June Foray. I sent them all cassette tapes. Nobody recorded except for Don Messick, which I still have the tape. I think I have to go back to my channel, but I believe I taped that tape. If not, I'll have to do that because that tape keeps getting lost, unfortunately. I mean, I know it's in the house, but I'm not sure where. I finally marked it, so I know it's him. Joanna Kearns. Those of you who have not heard about the tape, he was Don Messick did a lot of voices for Hanna-Barbera, and so he taped the tape for me. I asked him, and he did it in his studio, I assume, home studio. But he does the voices of Boo Boo Bear, and these voices are on tape. These are not just, he did hundreds of voices, background voices, whatever else. But on the tape, he does Boo Boo Bear, Papa Smurf, Ricochet Rabbit, shoot, I know there's more. He did about 4 more for me, but I can't remember who they were. Oh, Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo, there's one I'm forgetting, I know. Here's DeForest Kelly. This was sent same time that group Star Trek one I sent. Again, past video, go back, look, the last all 8x10 video has that Star Trek one in it. Got quite a few to sign it. Lisa Kudrow. This is a trade. The only Star Trek ones I don't have in a group, I believe, William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy. And I probably will never get them because, I mean, obviously Leonard Nimoy's passed away, but Shatner, I just don't trust sending it out to private signings. I just recently heard on TTM Cast, there's Cheryl Ladd. He talked with someone who does a lot of those private signings, and if you do the reputable ones, I guess they have a lot of memorabilia. And this one he talked to does a lot of sports signings. He does Yankees. Well, he says one gentleman would send him a book. It was an autograph book, I assume, with a lot of the greats throughout time in the Yankees. And he said whenever he has him particular signing, he's always nervous about that book because that thing is priceless, basically. John Larroquette. He said what's really funny is it usually when a star gets that, is asked to sign in it, the star ends up taking 20 minutes to a half hour just to look through the book at the other autographs that are in there. I guess there's quite a few famous Yankees in there. Lisa Lampanelli, she sent me that one. The days, I'll tell you, of sending a blank 8x10 envelope are pretty much over. Now this is Jason Scott Lee. This was a movie star I had singing for a while, and I was trying to find people that were signed, and so I sent to him. And when I got back, when I posted online, a lot of people were impressed. So I guess he's not really a great TTM signer. So they were impressed that I got that. Here's one. Best wishes in peace. Tia Leone. Dharma and Greg. Madam Secretary. Now this one, it's been rumored all through her life she did secretarial. but I'm not sure. Janet Leigh. This was back in my early 20s. I got this, so I don't know if it's secretarial. This one is when the show was still on. Late Night with David Letterman. There's an early shot of him. Look at that. Curly hair. So he signed that one for me. Here's one, Judith Light. And here's another one, Judith Light. I have quite a few Judith Lights. Unfortunately, she sends a lot. Here's one I got back recently. You've probably seen it in the video. I filed it away. This is Laura Linney from Ozark. If you haven't watched the video, go back and watch it. I got on the bandwagon a little late with getting them. Here's Roy Liotta. Came through the mail. It's obviously through the mail, but it came early on. But I started saying I was late in sending them all out, so quite a few I sent to where they were filming Ozark, and I got quite a few back, which were return sender. This one I am almost positive is a preprint. Yeah. Looks like a preprint. But it's early on, so I kept it. I didn't have to mark preprints. Oh yeah, I did mark on the back for my daughter. So if once she starts going through the collection, people don't think it's a real Heather Locklear. It's a preprint. I mean, if she sells it to someone reputable collector or something, I'll probably give her a list of names. They'll know. In fact, they'll probably look at some that I thought were authentic and say they're fakes. Here's Susan Lucci. Here's another movie one. But those I do know, I do mark on the back or something. If something I want to keep in my collection, then I go ahead and mark it. Here is, these I got years apart. It's pretty funny. Here's the first one, Joan Ludman. I got that early on when I was collecting. And then Joan Ludman a couple months ago. And the signatures look about the same. And they're not exactly the same. Nope. So, impressive. Andy Mcdowell. Oops. I get two pictures. Here. Yeah. Andy Mcdowell. Traded for that one. There's a dealer in California I used to work with a lot. We traded a lot back and forth. Gates McFadden. Not sure where this one came from. I can't remember. I bought on eBay or something. It might have been, not that one, but some of them might have been my auction house, per se. There was a gentleman who ran auctions out of New York. There's Patrick McNee. I was very happy when I got this because I was a big fan of the Avengers. 1995. Yeah, 1995. He's saying that. But he used to send out a booklet, like basically photocopied, or if it was a short list, he'd send envelopes of everything up for auction that month. He would take consignments. And you send in your bids and via the mail. And at the end of the month, he'd close at auction and he'd send out the bills to those who people won. And then you send them the money. And then you get your stuff. So basically you could win something and be 2 months before you get it. By the time all the back and forth. But that was the days before eBay. There's Lee Majors. But I bought quite a few things in his auctions. And some of them were autographs. Here's Joe Montana. This is the first time I wrote to him. Now lately I've gotten a lot of, I think I've shown him videos. The Simpsons characters. Here's one that may or may not be real. Dean Martin. It's personalized. This is, again, back in the 90s. I got this. So. Steve Martin. One of these days I'll sit down and, if I ever slow down, I'll sit down and compare some of the impersonator signatures on Star Tiger with the ones I got and see if they're authentic or not, but until then, I'm not going to worry about it. Here's one. Those Days Were Lives fans will remember him. Stefan is the name, I think. But Joseph Maldonado was the actor. Stefano Demira. He was the big villain in the 90s. But I wrote to him. Wrote to several Days of Our Lives people as early on as one of my first try and get autographs. There's Jane Meadows. I think I tried to get her to do voices too, because I think she did some voiceovers, but no luck. But she did send me in by 10. Dennis Miller. Again, this is from him. Back when the stars used to always send out 8x10s. I'd always request them. You know, obviously they had I used a scale, basically, a sliding scale. If it was an actor or actress I really liked, then I sent the envelope, the 9x12 envelope with a little extra. I can't remember. Some I sent with postage. I don't think. And some I think I sent one stamp. And if they include more, I asked them to put extra postage on it. But then there was those who I kind of liked, but that wasn't really crazy about. Well, I'd send them a request, and I'd say, if you have any 8x10s, I would appreciate one. So I would expect them to provide the envelope and the postage. And then there was ones that I would just write and send the index cards, because those were the days of index cards, nothing else. And sometimes I get a surprise. Get one in the mail. This one I bought at auction. Liza Minnelli. Because you see it's made out to Dale. Needless to say, I'm not Dale. But that's my collection. Here's one people constantly argue over if it's real or fake. Lin-Manuel Miranda. He has a very uncommon signature. He's another one who I got. One for my daughter, one for me. So I bought this one. Clayton Moore, Lone Ranger. He was a very popular one at card shows. So Demi Moore, I think I traded for. I don't remember writing her. It's very possible I wrote some of these people don't remember. This one I do remember writing. I can always tell. They're my movie stills. This one was like father, like son. Dudley Moore. I wrote to him. He signed very small on that. So there's Dudley Moore. This one, I'd sent the photo. Mary Tyler Moore. Looks like auto pen or preprint. So not sure on that one. And I say not sure because, I mean, I can tell preprints if I sit and study them, but like I said, I've not done it. Bob Newhart. I've gotten Bob Newhart several times. Recently, I've sent him a lot of his current roles. I sent some of the voices he did for Disney. He did Rescuers and some other voices in Disney productions. So I sent him those. I sent him the professor from Big Bang Theory. And he had another role he was in recently that he was known for. I can't remember who it was. Paul Newman. Again, sent back in the 90s, so I'm assuming it's real, but don't know. Olivia Newton-John. I sent this one recently. And another Olivia Newton-John. My dog got left the couch, which I'm nervous about. I'm hoping she doesn't have to go outside because I don't want to pause the video to let her outside. She's scaring back. She's whimpering. A few minutes. Leslie Nielsen. He sent me the picture. I'm going to try to get these done because I am pretty much at the end. The dog is not going crazy, so here's Nick Nolte. I sent that one. Here's one I traded for. This is Chris O'Donnell as Robin. Mariah. Mariah's my dog. One of the dogs. Here's the Odd Couple. I traded for, or got this auction, I think. Jack Klugman, Tony Randall. I'll let you outside in a minute. Park overall. She had a. Here's one I hear he doesn't say anymore. Frank Oz. He acted as Yoda, Sesame Street. Well, that's about it for this binder. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm off to let my dog go outside. One of the dogs. The other dog went outside when I got right back. Oh, she's coming back in the living room. She's staring at me. I guess that means I gotta go potty. So let me go let her go potty. And I might tape some more today, but at least one is in the can. Thanks. Bye.